Hey everybody, test. Okay, looks like we're good. Hey everybody, hope you guys have all been well. I am still sick here. I haven't been streaming for the past few days because I have been sick. I wanted to stream for you guys tonight mostly because everything's falling off of a freaking cliff right now, and to give you guys a quick update on what may be happening over the next few days. Loki says hello as well. He's very excited. I have the window open right now, so he's just looking outside trying to see if he can find a coyote or something. Hello. I don't have a treat for you. You stole enough treats already today, so you don't get another treat. Up. You can say hi to everybody at least. So he says hello to everybody. Hope you guys are doing okay. We can talk about Bitcoin here. Before we do talk about Bitcoin, I do want to let you guys know a little bit more about what's happening with the stock market. That way, I think you guys might understand what's possibly happening here with the Dow Jones, the NASDAQ, and the SPY, and how that could actually be affecting what we're seeing as far as Bitcoin's concerned, okay? Again, I am still sick here. My nose is a little bit stuffy. I'm not even supposed to be streaming, I think, right now, but I should be okay. I got a big old thing of water, and I've been chugging down tea left and right over the past few days. So let's kind of start off here with the NASDAQ, or excuse me, the Dow Jones, the NASDAQ, and the SPY here. So, sorry, guys. Loki's, like, really excited since I started talking to you guys, and normally I let him run around, but the door is locked to go upstairs right now because I have freshly made cinnamon rolls up there. Thank you. There you go. Down. Yeah, good boy. Okay. So the thing I want you guys to understand about the Dow Jones right now, it's holding a level of support right now, a little bit above that 200 daily moving average here, along with this death cross that's approaching. I don't put too much into this death cross right now, honestly, just because the Dow has been doing its own thing over the past few weeks. Really, all I want to see from the Dow is that it finds some type of way to hold above this level of support around 32,630. If we're able to do this, there's a little bit more hope that we can try to go back into something more of a trading range as far as the overall economy, the overall market's concerned. My real concern goes over here to the NASDAQ and the SPY. What we've been talking about here before I got sick, and one of my nostrils is already clogged right now, before I got sick here, was basically how I thought we were going to come back down here and do something more of a gradual fall, right? Gradual falls, not some of the bigger dive bombs that we've done in the past, like over here and over here where everything was really scary. You see capitulations and stuff like that. Something more of a general downtrend, still pretty scary days every now and again, but it's not like scary day after scary day after scary day, if that makes sense. And so what's happening right now and what's been happening over the past few days is we've been really trying to hold on to this 200 daily moving average here. And today we almost broke down below it. You see, we opened up below it, but we closed very strongly above it. And in fact, we closed above the 50-day moving average here as well, okay? Now, if we're lucky, we're going to be able to stay above this at least until next week. And then we'll have a very nasty move and we'll take that next step back down, maybe just back over here to the 385, 387 level. If we're not so lucky, tomorrow the market will open up and continue to go down, breaking that, and probably take us back down here from 397 on the SPY down to 390 or something like that. I doubt tomorrow is going to be some epically bad day unless there was some earnings I didn't get a chance to look at today. I haven't been available to really watch TV as much as I wanted to as far as CNBC because I've been sick. So we got that 200 daily moving average there. We also have the 20 screaming down here ready for a death cross. I'd be more concerned when we start to see the 50 cross back down here over the 200. Again, I'm not expecting some type of major disaster to bring us all the way back down here to the lows that we saw last year. I think we will break down below those lows for sure, but not anytime soon unless the economy really starts to buckle here, okay? Going back over to here, what we've talked about, we've only just started to break this downtrend here. You can see almost a double top forming here. I don't know if we're actually going to come all the way back down here to the 374 level and actually break down. If I go over here to the weekly chart, I pull off some stuff, you guys can see there's a complete breakdown happening, and we're also hovering above the 20-week moving average. It's going to take a lot for us to break down below that, which is why I'm thinking if we aren't able to break down below that 200 or the 20-week this week, we're probably just going to have a much larger move on the downside next week, okay? Now, same with the NASDAQ, trying to keep above this 200 daily moving average. We barely managed to do so again today. We're looking more for a golden cross here between the 50 and the 200. If we start to break down even more, that 50 may just curl down without actually breaking up. So we'll have to keep an eye on this as well. Everything here has those selling signs that we've been talking about, the change of characters, making new lower lows and lower highs on top of it. We're really just waiting for that next breakout as far as a lot of different assets right now. And guys, again, I'm not overly concerned. Now we can kind of swing back over here to Bitcoin. I'm not overly concerned. When we were talking about 25,000, 24,000, what did I say? Oh, am I buying right now? No. Am I doing some day trading? Sure, you better believe it. But I'm still playing it cautiously because we're dealing with these levels of resistance up here. This is not a time, I think, for people to be going all wild and crazy. Well, actually, right now, if you wanted to, you could actually do some buying, but that happened pretty much a few minutes ago as I was setting up, as we tested out the support level right there, okay? So you could see there's still an opportunity if you guys wanted to buy in right now. I'm a little bit concerned of why this is happening besides the market. I've been hearing more and more of these rumors about Silvergate and them having some issues, and I wonder if that's going to spread over to somehow Binance having some more issues, some of these other crypto exchanges having more issues because of Silvergate, and I kind of want to learn a little bit more here. You can see on the 1 minute chart, tapped on it for just a few seconds, and we managed to bounce back up there. We'll see how this turns out over the next few minutes, but this is what I wanted to show you guys. There we go. And so because we're looking at a large amount of breakdowns here next week as far as the NASDAQ, the SPY, and so forth, you guys can even go to Apple and some of those other larger market cap plays like this. Or in fact, actually, Apple already broke down below that 200 here a few days ago. What are we looking at? Yeah, there we go. We're looking at the 20 right now. Excuse me. There we go. So if we start breaking down this as far as Apple's concerned, then you may actually see Apple come down a little bit further here. And of course, that would bring down the entire market. So I'm still staying with my bearishness. I told you guys a larger move was coming. I thought it was going to happen yesterday or the day before yesterday. I'm a little bit shocked it took so long. The market really wants to go up, guys. Like the people that have all this money, they want to put it into the market and let it work for them. And it's just not happening at this point. If you guys know my rants, if you guys listen to the stream quite a bit, you guys know that I called this last rally very irrational because there's no real reason why we should have been rallying to this extent. Coming back up a little bit after this pullback, sure, that makes sense. But traditionally for the stock market, it made no sense at all. And so again, let's hold on. Let's kind of play around with this ride. If you guys are looking for an opportunity to buy crypto, it really happened like 15 minutes ago, unless you guys want to buy a little bit more in right now. But for you scalpers, you already missed the boat. So I'm sorry to say that. Like I just showed you guys right here, we tapped on it just for a second, managed to bounce back up here. And now it might move up a little bit higher over the next few minutes or hours. But if you buy right now, your stop loss isn't going to be nearly as pretty here. And just before we start going over some other data here, one of the things I've been reiterating to you guys, and sorry guys, I'm sick, so I'm like try not to talk too fast because my nose is going to kill me here. One of the things I've been reiterating to you guys is remember that we look at Bitcoin a lot to kind of figure out which way some of these other altcoins are going to be moving, like an Ethereum or a Dogecoin or an XRP or a lot of these big moves, right? A lot of these lower market cap coins, even the ones that have higher market caps, right? And basically, I want you guys to keep on remembering this. Even if Bitcoin only goes down like 3, 4, 5%, those altcoins that you guys are holding are going to drop down a lot more than that. So just be careful if you guys are doing any swing trading. And I'm not talking about your long-term holds, but if you guys are doing any swing trading, I want you guys to be prepared here and not risk losing a bunch of money, right? So as far as Ethereum is concerned, we broke down below the 50-day moving average here. We still have a strong level of support right over here on that $1,500 mark. At this point, we're going to have a death cross as far as Ethereum is concerned. We're probably going to come all the way back over here pretty soon over the next week or so and test out the 1430 level. And that's basically where I see the 200 daily moving average right now. I do think I can say we're going to be breaking back down below this level down here, at least in the short term here, at least in the short term. I don't think it's going to, again, I don't think we're going to be going all the way back down here to like $1,000 anytime soon. But I can definitely see us showing us a little bit more weakness here over the next few, let's say 24, 48 hours at least. And then from there, we can try to find some support. Hopefully, we can find some support here. But if we don't, we're most likely coming back down here to test out a zone relative to like the 200 to this low that we just showed right there. Yeah, you guys can see that around here. So probably somewhere around that 1463 to 1440, $20 price range right there. If you guys are looking to buy, that'd be my sweet spot. Maybe a short-term bounce opportunity if we come back down here tomorrow that bounce. I think as far as futures are concerned for the stock market, they're down a little bit here. NASDAQ's down about 0.3. SPY is down about quarter of a point. Nothing too crazy there, but we definitely want to see this turn positive for today. Remember, we're trying to hold above all these moving averages here on the SPY, the NASDAQ, and the Dow Jones. We really don't want to start breaking down below the 200s because that leads to some very negative moves for the next few weeks, right? These are moves that if we break down below these support levels, things just turn really nasty really, really fast, okay? But yeah. And hey, GT, in my opinion, what's the easiest time frame to learn and trade? Probably the daily. Daily is usually the easiest. After that, I like to go with the 4 hour. Then after that, I tend to like to go with the 15-minute charts. But the daily is usually the easiest for me because everything is so slow that you have tons of time to look at it. You have tons of time to formulate your plans, and you're not trying to rush the process there. Let's go back over here very fast. Now, as far as everything else is concerned, you can see Matic, that already broke down a while ago. We're still testing out some support levels, and I think we're actually already breaking down right now. Let's go right here. We broke down temporarily, but we're just trying to figure out what to do with this 50-day moving average, but it looks like we're going to break down here as well, so be careful. The next level of support for Matic is really right down here with this 1, 2, 3 level right there. That happens to be around $1.06, so a little bit less, okay? Dogecoin's breaking down here as well, breaking down below the 200 daily moving average, probably coming back down here to around 0.071. Other stuff like XRP, everything is on the verge of breaking down or really testing out the support levels right now. If you guys think that Bitcoin can hold this for tomorrow, which is a big if at this point, right? You guys are making your day trades or your potential swing trades right now. I want you guys to understand that. As far as Link is concerned, Link is on the verge of breaking down here as well after 2 golden crosses. The first golden cross actually worked out very well. This last one only gave it a small pump, and you're getting some sell signals today, which is probably not a good thing. STMX is down a whopping 10%, breaking back down below the 50 and the 200. So guys, again, just be more careful. You're looking at a bunch of stuff breaking down below supports today. You really have to hope that sometime tomorrow, as you guys look back on these charts, you really want to see that they've made up some ground that they've lost so far today in today's daily candles, and that they're actually managing to close back above those support levels, especially Bitcoin, because if they're not, we can just go down the list here. Litecoin crashing right now about 7%. It must have been down a lot more. Was that down to 85? Yeah. Ethereum Classic crashing down. Solana's not doing as bad right now. It did break down. It's down 5%. So percentage-wise, yeah. But this could, let's see right there. Yeah, this already broke down here, but was there another trend line I'm missing? No, that first trend line died off a while ago. Yeah. Was right there. I never closed down below it. Wow. Yeah, I guess the trend kind of died off from then, though. I would say watch out for Solana. If it breaks down below 1968, this is going to be a roller coaster ride down because it just was a roller coaster ride back up. Anything else here? Sand breaking down, BNB breaking down. BNB's been having a tough time of it lately, right? Because of BUSD and stuff. Dogecoin Mars coming down. So yeah, guys, around the board, you're seeing some consistent breakdowns. Nothing too crazy, nothing we didn't already talk about, but now that it's happening, if you guys had any type of plans to kind of deal with this, you guys are trading them right now. I'm guessing for you, all of you Bitcoin guys and gals, you guys are most likely trading some of these moves, but I mean, you could just see how fast this happened. Probably on the 4-minute chart is where I have this set up. Yeah, this thing happened so fast. But where was the, we had talked about the couple sell signals on this for a while now. Let's go back over here. Let's hide this one. Let's hide this one. I think I have it on here with the colored candles. Yeah, the sell signal for this one, or the short signal, if you will, was all the way back over here, back on the February 19th. That was like 2 weeks ago now. So we managed to rally back up, but you know, long term here, it ended up working out very, very well. We hit both of these support levels, which have been kind of crazy if you think about it. But let's see over here. Really, the 4-hour chart that I made a couple of shorts about this because I haven't been able to make longer videos because I've been sick. We're about to have 2 death crosses between the 50 and the 20 coming down below the 200 here. That's most likely not going to be a good sign, guys. So I want you guys to just be aware of that. We're not looking too hot. The one glimmer of hope here, guys, the glimmer of hope that if you guys are buying right now and you guys bought on the dip when we tapped on support right down here, is we do have a support level right here. Sometimes when the move is so drastic, you know, we manage to just climb our way back up over the next few hours. But if you guys want to start being more concerned about Bitcoin breaking back down below this level of support, let's go back over here to the daily, and then coming back down here to like 21,500 or 20,400 levels, what you're going to have to see again is the NASDAQ break down below the 20, the 200 and the 50 here. I would say primarily just the 200 here because that really just starts taking us down even further. And the SPY breaking down below the 200 here. And again, that starts taking you down lower to these next levels. And although I don't think we're going to have some type of crazy crash unless the economy starts to give us some really weird reports or some really bad earnings, and I haven't heard much about earnings lately, I don't think. I think we're going to continue to go on down in this very boring, gradual move as far as the stock market's concerned. You guys should have some fun with it. But at the same time, it's really day traders or scalpers market unless you guys want to play specific breakdowns in specific assets. So if we go over here and look at like something like an AMD, this thing has been doing fantastic after its really good earnings report. It's trying to hold on to some support levels right now. I don't even know if it can hold on to these support levels. No, we already broke down a while ago. It's showing some weakness here. Is there anything here to actually play with? No, there's not. Nothing I want to force at least. Amazon. That already broke down a while ago. We can't trade that anymore. Avgo, no. Bank of America, no. No, we don't want to do banks. This is not the order I have this up with. Microsoft. Okay, so Microsoft just broke down a few days ago. This might be something I want to continue playing with. You can see how the death cross is going to be coming in. I might be looking at 240 puts for next Friday here and seeing how those play out. 240, 240, maybe 242, but let's go to the daily trades. They're really any support level right here. 240, yeah. 242 puts for next Friday, but maybe I kind of want to see us, I want to see the SPY and the NASDAQ close down below those moving averages before I make this bet. But I can be okay with this bet right now. We're kind of just in this short-term zone right here. Right there, breaking out of it. Or is it something I'm missing here? No, it's not too bad. Yeah, 242 puts for next week. I probably would have wanted to make them today, though. Yeah. 4 hour, what are we looking at here? Yeah, that's probably what I'm looking at there. Sorry, guys, this is all over the place. This is not how I have these set up normally, so I'm kind of confused like why it's like that. There we go. Okay. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know. This is a pretty quick stream because I am sick here, so bear with me, guys. My throat hurts and my nose is like stuffy on one side. There we go. And hey, sorry if I repeated, Coinbase is down at the moment. Oh, I did not know Coinbase was down. I've been listening to all this news about Silvergate. We can watch that video in a second. I also saw that about 46 minutes ago, $185 million has been liquidated from the crypto market in the past 45 minutes. Coinbase down, Coinbase status. Let me put my headphones on here. Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Google SMS messages, that's not good. Planned upcoming downtime, maintenance. This is March 4th. It is March 2nd, so this is not supposed to be there. This is from a while ago. So the website partial outage, Coinbase Advanced Trade partial outage, API partial outage, and Coinbase Mobile partial outage. Two-factor authentication. Uh-oh, that's not good. ID verification degraded performance. Let's see right here. Okay. That could definitely be sparking some issues, especially if there's things that a few people are feeling they're hacked or something. Let me go over here very fast. Coinbase. Coinbase down, what the fuck? There we go. Let's see. Today, Silvergate has lost Coinbase, Circle, Paxos, Galaxy, and CBOE. I don't exactly know what's going on with Silvergate, like why they're losing so much business here. Let's see. This is all from a while ago here as far as like what I'm looking for. So I don't see much about Coinbase over the last few minutes. Let me go to latest here. Coinbase status. Yeah, that's Coinbase down. Invest in Bitcoin. Coinbase shutting down during dumps. Yeah, that's true. Maybe something what's going on with them right now, again, is when the crypto does have some very volatile moves, If you guys have been around since the 2020 and 2021 rallies, you guys do know that when we have really crazy pumps and really crazy dumps, a lot of these exchanges used to break down a lot more than you would think nowadays. And I think since they've all had to like cut down on staff and maybe a little bit of the quality of their products just a tad, maybe they're not as quick to ramp up the servers to handle that many processes. Because basically what just happened is Bitcoin just dumped like 5% in a matter of like half an hour or something. Like within 15 minutes, Bitcoin was down about 6%. And basically, I guarantee there was a lot of people that had stop losses right there, and they just got massacred. All right, so that's one of the other things. The other thing here, let's go over here. The Silvergate story, I want you guys to listen to this for just a couple seconds. It's about 3 minutes long, but we're not going to listen to the whole thing, okay? I just want you guys to have an idea of what's going on here and to give my nose a little bit of a break. I can't talk out of my nose right now. Or my nose is starting to mess up even more right now.
Silvergate Capital is down more than 30% ahead of the open after this crypto-friendly bank announced last night that it was putting off reporting its annual earnings for 2022 while it sorts out the, quote, viability of its business. So Silvergate said that it delayed its 10K filing in part because of an imminent regulatory crackdown, including a DOJ.
So before we go any further, this is Silvergate's chart after today. After today, okay? This is the 5-minute chart. You guys can just see how this crashed. From yesterday to the end of day today, it's down about 58%. It is tanking, okay? Let's go back over here, though, so you guys can listen to the rest of it.
J probe that was already underway. The company said it also had to do with outstanding debts. This, as you said, is not a total shock. We've known for a while now that there were problems at Silvergate. In addition to laying off 40% of its workforce, the crypto banking giant also reported a $1 billion net loss in the fourth quarter, following a bank run at the end of last year that saw customer deposits plummet 68% to $3.8 billion. Now, to cover those withdrawals, Silvergate had to sell $5.2 billion of debt securities. It also went to the Federal Home Loan Bank for $4.3 billion. Now, that loan, drawing attention from lawmakers like Elizabeth Warren, who said this further introduced crypto market risk into the traditional banking system. Silvergate said it's also facing inquiries and investigations from its banking regulators and the Department of Justice stemming from its ties to FTX, the now bankrupt and infamous crypto exchange that was both a customer and a big backer of Silvergate. Quick note here, Dom, we've seen investment firms.
Okay, so that's about it. So they're in a bit of a pickle, guys. So that may that may end up infecting some other companies here. We'll have to see, but I'm hoping it's just kind of towards the end of this fiasco as far as FTX. Now that they don't have as much money as they once did, they're just going to be losing customers for a while here, okay? And hopefully they can somehow manage to survive all this. What's right here? Hey, Brandon. Yeah, I'm sick. I haven't been sick since January, I don't think. But yeah, I'm not used to getting sick this much. It freaking sucks. I got myself a common cold. I got it from my sister. I went over to go say hi to her, and I got a cold from her. But yeah, it sucks. My throat hurts a lot. My nose hurts a lot. I got headaches. And my chest hurts from like the sneezing, you know. So I'm trying to talk without messing up my nose even more here. But yeah, what do you call it? I'll be fine. I've taken the last few days off to try to fix my throat up a little bit, but basically a lot of fluids, right? But I'd been telling you guys this big move was coming a while ago, so I was like, okay, now I can finally gloat a little bit. So the power of gloating is making me stronger, perhaps. But what do you call in reality, I just wanted to say hi to you guys again. I haven't seen you guys in a few days. See right here. Coinbase is not letting anybody log in. Coinbase is back up, baby. What's right here? Hey, Mark. I'm doing okay. I'm just sick, but not like horrible sick. You know, like the sickness when you guys cough a lot and you're like your chest gets sore after coughing, or you have a sore throat and like your nose is kind of runny. It's that type. It's just a basic cold, but it's like my sinuses are like not having a good time. But besides that, like I'll live, guys. I'll live. Let's see. And hey, Island Time says it's because Voyager is selling off its assets. That could be something as well right there. Happy to see you back, Island Time. You need some hot water and honey. Trust me, I've been getting lots of honey and hot water over the past few days. CTRM is merging with Toro. What is Toro? I mean, I don't know what Toro is. Let me check it out. Normally when I look at Toro, I'm thinking of eToro, so let me make sure I'm not messing that up a little bit. I don't see a Toro. The Toro company is something like this. Industrials, tools, and accessories. I'm not entirely sure. Probably not this company. I'm not entirely sure. It might be something that's actually private. What's right here? There's always some technical issue. I only have $10 worth of crypto. I can't sell that for now. I have Coinbase. A lot of people don't like Coinbase sometimes. Have y'all placed a trade yet? Hey, DeLeon. So I can't pronounce the name. I'm sick. But if you were planning on taking a trade, it would have been on this level of support that was being held. Usually the way I play these levels of support is, let's go to the 4-hour chart. So this trend line was made after this point. Oh, this point right there, and this point right here. I usually only buy the first attempt at breaking out right there and see what happens, and it went up maybe a little bit here. The second time, I don't play it because it's too risky. Same thing with here. We hit that level of support. If I go back to the 5-minute chart, you can see we hit it right over here. The time to buy was right around here, if you ask me. Now, technically, you can try to buy a little bit more here, or you can try to buy still at this point. I think, what is it? The difference is about 1.5%, nothing too crazy. But that'd only be for more of a day trade or a short-term swing trade here if you guys are looking to buy. I'm still a bit more worried since kind of more news is coming out. Coinbase is having issues now. Silvergate's having some issues. Crypto regulation kind of around the corner. Plus, the market looks like it wants to break down sometime, like the stock market, like the Dow, NASDAQ, and the SPY want to break down sometime over the next like a week or so. I'm concerned that that's going to drag Bitcoin back down here to like the $20,400 level. That's what we talked about like a week ago now. If that really does happen, that's where I'd really want to start buying again. And I'm going to really start doing a little bit more heavy dollar cost averaging, excuse me. Because at this point, like, if we manage to bounce and we start showing some strength here, right, I'll buy the next time we come over here. But I'm really kind of scared about what's going to happen if the NASDAQ and the SPY start breaking down. Because if the NASDAQ and SPY start breaking down below those 200 daily moving averages, these are the 4 hours, there we go, start breaking down below these, and you can see it's been a battle for that since last Friday. If we start breaking down below this, then I'm pretty sure Bitcoin itself is just going to break down, and it's not even going to be worth me trying to actually buy any level of support like this. If I put this back out to the weekly chart here, and I just get rid of this breakdown that we just had, right? Currently, if you just want to play this very, very simply, we have a couple support levels. The first one is right here around 21,347. I think if we manage to break down below this one, I mean, I don't even think we're going to actually manage to hold this all too well, but we'll see. I think we come back down here to 20,392, the $20,400 level. This is where I'd be more likely to buy. I would hope that in the next few weeks, if this does happen, we'd somehow find a way to bounce off of this moving average way down here. But this is 20, yeah. Maybe we could find some way to bounce off of that. I'm not entirely sure, though. It normally hasn't been too big of a level of resistance or support for us. A little bit there. Kind of just broke out the next day a little bit. No, not really much here at all. Yeah, not much after a while. But it's always been kind of weird because, as you guys know, there are a few big, large crypto channels out there right now. I consider myself a medium-sized one. I don't have 100,000 subscribers. If you guys want to help me get there, feel free to subscribe. But you got people like BitBoy. You got my friend Tom Crowd. There's other ones out there. I'm forgetting their names. Benjamin out there. Into the Cryptoverse. Digital Asset News. I haven't talked to Rob in a while, though. But they all have different rules on how they determine what a bull market is. One of the guys that I respect the most is Benjamin. His channel over here, if I can just find it very fast so you guys can see it very easily. There we go. To the Cryptoverse. There you go. Okay, there you go. Benjamin Cohen. He has about 784,000 subscribers. Really, really big channel. The way I've always watched his content is he will say the bull market support band, and he pretty much uses the 20-week moving average for this as far as us being in a bull market or a bear market. Now, I've never been one to kind of go with that thesis personally, because I talk a lot about fundamentals on this channel besides just the technicals here. And even though we have broken up above this level here, I still don't think we're in a bull market, guys. Maybe a technical bull market if you want to think about it like that. I still think eventually we're going to hit new lows for all these different asset classes. If we go over here to the Bitcoin chart for the month, right? Oh, sorry about all the GAN boxes on this one. But if I go over here, squeeze this all the way down, could I do two? Here we go. Okay, here's the monthly chart without all the other crap on it. I think eventually, let's go back over here. Yeah. I think eventually we break down below this level. I think when we break down below 15,274, I think that we probably come back down to maybe at most we come back as far as $9,000. Maybe we just come back down to $12,000, $13,000, $14,000, maybe. But I just think we are going to break down below this level. That's why I'm still not going crazy as far as the buying and pumping up like every other YouTuber right now, or the majority of YouTubers. But that goes to the fact that I think the NASDAQ is eventually going to break down below the October lows, which are right around here. And we might come back down as far as, 9,746, or maybe as far down here as like 7,451. I think really this is kind of a stretch, but can we come back up here to like 9,700? I think we can. And as far as the SPY is concerned, we can come back down a little bit more down here as well to 341. Last time we had a pretty good support hold right there, but next time I think we could come back down here to 320s or so. I think we still have some time, honestly, before we find the bottom here. But if you guys agree with that premise, you're only going to agree with me if you think the economy is going to go into a recession. If you don't think the economy is going to go into a recession, then we've already reached the bottom, and you guys should be buying this dip like crazy because you guys think that eventually we're just going to kind of go something like this, like that, right? So there's different types of ways of viewing this at the moment, which is kind of why I like trading, especially when we're closer to the bottom than we are the top at this point. Yeah, we still are closer to the bottom than we are the top. But it's nice to kind of not have to be so afraid of buying right now when you think about all the people that bought up here at $69,000 and whatnot that never sold. Back over here to the 5, watch this play out a little bit. The chart's gonna look pretty freaking distorted though because of how crazy this thing fell. And APTR, what TradingView indicator do you recommend? Right now, I've been telling people about the Smart Money Contracts one, or Smart Money Concepts one from Lux Algo. They have a couple ones that are free, a couple ones that are paid. If you go to YouTube, let me open up a new incognito window. You go over here. If you type in Smart Money Concepts Lux Algo. I don't know if this is big enough for you guys to see. Smart Money Concepts Lux Algo. You can see my lovely face right there, okay? Click on that video, and it breaks down how to use it. It's like a 30-minute video, so make sure you have some time, but watch the time video. And basically what it does is it will give you signals to when you guys should start looking for buying. It's buying zones and selling. So I have it on right now. So if I go over here to the 4-hour chart, you can see it told me to start looking for selling opportunities right here. Now me, when I just short. I don't even try to get the best position. I just say short, and I have my stop loss be somewhere above this. And I'm like, hey, let's see what happens with it, okay? And so for this example here, I have the color candles turned on. It worked out really well in hindsight. Now that I have that in hindsight, but when we first saw this move, I was like, whoa, okay, so I see the sell signal here, but maybe I want to wait for this death cross to occur here before I start getting more bullish on the bearishness of this call, if that makes sense. But that's a really easy one. If you guys want to trade with regression candles, I just put out one on that one, but that was a little more complicated if you guys don't know how to use them, like the bot alerts. But I would just say search on YouTube Smart Money Concepts Lux Algo and find the one that has my lovely mug on it, and you guys should be okay with that one. It basically shows you guys change of character. So like if I want to pull this back a little bit more on the daily chart, what's an easy way to show the 4-hour chart since we're kind of already here. So we had that sell signal right here. You can see we had a buy signal right here as it turned from red to green. So boom, It doesn't always work. So this one worked out okay right there. That one worked out beautifully. This one right here didn't work out so well. but the majority of the time it ends up working. The majority of the time it ends up working, but not always. So I want you guys to understand that, okay? The safest way you could use this is to see it's trying to give you a selling sign, but to also have an understanding of what's going on so you guys aren't shorting into support levels, okay? So when you look at a short like this, maybe it's not too smart to be shorting into this support zone right over here. Maybe you might want to wait for it to break down here before you start going crazy. Maybe you want to wait for the death cross to occur before you sell during the signal, right? That's usually how I tend to use this. But most of the time, you know, if I'm just doing something more of a longer term day trade or a swing trade, I'll just take the signal and run with it. 4-hour chart, daily chart. On the 15-minute chart, sometimes it's not going to be as reliable. Like the sell signal for this happened right after this move right here, right? So if you would have taken it, sure, you would have made some good money, but oh my gosh, do you want to trade into a wick like that? Probably not. There was a move right here that worked out pretty well. Look at that, nice little move. Smaller move right here that worked out, but not as great. A move right here that worked out pretty well. This one worked for about 15, half an hour, 45 minutes. Great move that panned out. You just have to know when to sell. You can't be too greedy on these day trades here. This one worked out pretty well. This is a 50-minute chart, so that one worked out very well. This one worked out pretty well. This one worked out pretty well. This one worked out okay. This one worked out okay. You know, it's a pretty good indicator for this type of stuff. And this is free. That's why I tell you get anything the free one. They have one that's paid for. This one, you can see a lot of stuff is copied off. You see that like how everything's kind of like you see 2 layers of everything that kind of makes it look a little bit more distorted. This is another one. The paid one is much better in every way. The paid one also gives you alerts and whatnot. It also does trend lines for you, premium and discount zones for you, like a lot more stuff here, a lot of stuff. But if you guys don't want to have to pay for it, just use the Smart Money Concepts one. When that makes you enough money, pay for the upgrade. I mean, like for real, I have tutorials on both of them. You guys don't have to pay for the expensive one if you guys don't need to right now. But the paid one will definitely, in my opinion, make you more money if you guys understand how to use it, which is why I have these like long tutorials that break out down all this stuff for you guys. Okay, well, let's go back over here. 5-minute chart, I would say for now. There we go. All right. And hey, Mark, get yourself some vitamins. Don't worry, guys. I've been taking vitamins every day. I usually take pretty good healthcare version of I take care of myself normally quite a bit. I've been just pretty much bettering over the past few days, just like coughing, sneezing, and to going outside in the cold so Loki can go play outside because I just play with him some toys and stuff like that. Oh, but yeah, I'll be okay. It's just like, this is being sick. It's not fun. Coinbase kicked me off too. Anyways, back on now. Here, let me go back over here. I can just refresh this whenever you guys need help. So let's go over here. Like you guys can tell, I don't even have my watch or my rings or nothing. I don't even have my hair done. I just was like, okay, something's happening. I got an alert on my phone that Bitcoin was crashing. I was like, okay, might as well hop on and see what's going on here. So at this point, it says the mobile's operational. The 2-factor authentication is still degraded performance. And I don't know about you guys, 2-factor authentication is pretty important to me just because I need that. I need the text in order to withdraw money off of Coinbase. I think that's the issue that people are probably having right now. But according to Coinbase, they're fixed up right now. According to them, they're fixed. Now, if you guys are still having problems, maybe it'll take a few more minutes to fix back up here. But they should have rolled on a few more servers or turned on a few more servers to make things go a little bit more smoothly here. Now that the big crash has kind of ended, less people are trading, maybe their systems can handle it just a little bit better right now. But as far as I've seen, see. Short Coinbase hard tomorrow. Let's see. I just hear like people talking about it, but like it's back online. So it seems like it's back online for most people now. And AGT, I'll look at the green vibrance. I need to find I'm always looking for something fun. I still haven't found a crypto leverage platform that is available for USA traders. Binance doesn't offer US leverage. I would try Big X. Big X is Canadian, so they're usually dealing with a little bit different regulations. I have a link for it down below. Try Big X. They sponsor the channel. I should give them a shout out every now and again. But Big X is one that I would use. Try them out. See if you like them. You don't have to deposit money if you don't want to. If you're kind of nervous about it, whatever. But I would sign up. I don't make any money if you sign up, just so you know. But sign up and then see if they allow you to have leverage. Because last time I used it, I was able to use leverage. Now, I don't know if there's certain rules for certain states, but I live in Washington State, and I haven't had any problems using them to use leverage. But perhaps, like if you're in Texas or New York, I know the rules are kind of different. So it might be a little bit different there. But if you're not in one of those two states, possibly BingX should work for you. Because it works for me, no problem. I don't need a VPN or anything like that. Hey, Kevin, my outlook for Tesla? Oh, I'm pretty bearish for it for this year, but like it's one of those things where the more it goes down, the more you just want to buy it, right? So as far as Tesla is concerned, if we do go into recession, I want to buy it up quite a bit. I don't know if it's actually going to break down to new lows, though, because it just fell down so hard, you know, from last time. Let's go back over here. Let's go to a weekly chart, right? When we started breaking down below the support levels way over here, I mean, you can just see how fast we fell afterwards. Then we came all the way back down here, held that support level. You know, we're still looking at a death cross between the 200 and the 20 weekly moving averages after all that. So I do see that Tesla does come back down here to at least the 150s over the next few months. You know, maybe as soon as we get back down to the 150s as far as Tesla's concerned, I do want to start dollar cost averaging more. I do think, though, just my personal opinion, I think this could get all the way back down here to 120, 130 levels, maybe as far as 109, maybe. But because it fell down so much, I'm just not entirely sure. But sorry, there's dirt bikes going on in the backyard. But this is the monthly chart for it. You know, relative to everything else, I just see that, you know, if we start giving up territory like this on the 109 level, I mean, then we have to start really worrying about Tesla coming all the way back down to the $66 range, which to me seems really crazy, which is why I just don't think it's going to happen. But we saw how fast the thing really came down over the last few months when everybody was like picking on Elon Musk. Remember, Elon Musk bought Twitter, and then the whole like media machine out there just like went after him like crazy. And then that caused a lot of panic in the people that hold Tesla. And then once like they stopped talking about Elon Musk so much, I think it was because of what happened. Who was the guy that went after Elon? Sam Bankman-Fried after the FTX scandal. And as soon as they stopped really talking about him as much, Tesla kind of roared back along with the overall market here, which is really nice. But I think we're probably going to come back down to at least the 150s, if not like the 120 level at least over the next few quarters. I am going to be dollar cost averaging this once we start breaking back down. Let's just say at 170 level, but smaller dollar cost averages, larger at 150, really nice ones at 130. If we decide to break down more below 109, oh boy, I'm just going to have some bulk buy levels at like 85, 70, you know, 60, something like that, like really big bulk orders. I just don't know if we're actually going to come back down here because at this point it seems crazy to kind of say that. But, you know, people said I was crazy for wanting to buy Apple at 125, and we found a nice little dipping point down there. So I'm hoping we can do something similar here with Tesla. Although Tesla already had that big bounce. Apple hasn't had that big crash yet. We're breaking down to like $100 levels yet. Let's get that out of the way. There we go. Do I recommend the Lux Algo Indicator? I mean, yeah, I do recommend it, but that's only if you're qualified to use it, right? So they don't sponsor the channel, but I do have affiliate code down below. I know the guy that created it. I'm friends with their team. A couple of my friends like Tom Crown, they know them as well. They've been letting me use their algorithm and testing out a whole bunch of stuff so I can make some really in-depth tutorials for you guys about their indicators. Now, I've been mostly doing tutorials over their free stuff, but I have been making a few, I think, over the last week that kind of delve into some of the paid indicators so that you guys can use. I think one of the, I think I have a specific layout meant for Lux Algo. Lux Lux work or Lux? Ooh, I don't remember which one it was. Let's go Lux. This is one of them. Okay. So this is one where I have 8 setups. Now my screen is zoomed in so you guys can see it while I stream here. But this is a 1-minute chart, a 5-minute chart, a 15-minute chart, a 30-minute chart, a 1 hour, a 2 hour, a 4 hour, and a 1-day chart. So if I were to get this out of here, go back over to this. There we go. So this is like a 1 hour chart using some of my own personal Binance, not Binance, my own Lux algo setup. So what I'd be looking for here is just kind of looking for some buying, sell signals, and some scalping opportunities. For this one though, what is this set up for? Confirmation, reversal zones, long trends. So I don't even see a signal here at the beginning. Oh yeah. The sell signal for this was way over here on the 1 minute. I know it's kind of small because I'm zoomed out here, but you can see how we started up here. The sell signal was at 23,461 on the 1 minute here. And then I might have scaled that as we hit a resistance. So this is for scalping, 1 minute chart. But you can just see boom, boom, boom. And we really even haven't had the buy signal here yet to go back in. But here, let me do this for you very fast. So this is the paid version, right? Let's go to auto. This is a 1 minute chart. Let's do this. So let's just kind of replay this a little bit here. 3, okay. Let's wait for this. Had a sell signal. Let's see what happens here. It didn't hit the target price here. There's a strong upward move, not necessarily a buy signal. It'll say buy if it wants you to buy, but you can see how this one hit the stop loss here, the target price. So you would have made some money here. You might have made some money here, but most likely you guys would have hit your stop loss. The way I have this set up personally is for more aggressive, CB, I'm so sick, Jesus. I have this set up for more aggressive scalps. So if you guys wanted, I explained this in tutorial, but if you guys didn't want to have such aggressive target prices, you guys could come over here and kind of watch these two moves right here, like watch this and this. You'd come over here and you would change this stop loss point from 10, which is the max, the most aggressive. You would change this to something more realistic, like 5, okay? When you take it to 5, you'll see how they kind of grow it for a second. They see how that? Most of you guys start off with 5, I would say, but I like to do some more aggressive moves. But that's me. I have a different strategy because I'd be looking at this chart plus the 5 minute plus the 15 to make a trade. So I'm not going to be looking at every strong trade or every sell trade or every buy trade. But I'm going to move this back because I use a specific one. So I'm a little bit different, okay? But yeah, so let me speed this up to 10 now so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. So there's a seller right there. And you can see if that was closer, I would have already hit that stop, that target price there, which is cool. But again, I like these more aggressive ones. Let's go over here. And you can see how the stop loss moves or the target price is, oh, Jesus. Well, I missed that one. We got to slow down here very fast. So you saw the sell price was right here, though. It was a while ago. Go back over to the 3. Auto. There we go. Well, I don't know if it's going to let me do it. Yeah, it doesn't want me to do it. It's breaking right now because I to push rebate too many times. There we go. There you go. And all of a sudden, the 1 minute chart, we just start crashing back down here. There we go. Yeah, there we go. And you can see how the target prices are moving quite a bit with it. But yeah, I mean, it was a pretty good move here. Let me X out this now. But I have this set up so I can use this on the 1 minute chart, the 5 minute chart, the 15 minute charts, all of it. So here we go again. This is back to 150. So you can see the sell signal for this one is right over here, right? This sell signal didn't work out too well. I wonder what was holding us up. Well, actually, we just had a support level right there. That's all it was. So again, if you want to sell right here, you got to wait for us to break down. You got to add your own common sense onto these algorithms. If you guys don't have that common sense built up, be careful, right? Be careful about how you trust this. You can see right here, a strong move down. You could have taken that if you wanted to off of the breakdown. That got the trend line set up automatically. A buy after a small breakout. You're not looking for a lot. You're just looking for a small move because these are scalp plays. But this is a 5 minute chart here, so you can see that this, I would have been in this trade about, 25 minutes for like a 0.38%. Now with leverage, gotta remember leverage if you're scalping like this, I'd be fine with those profits right there. Strong move right here. I don't know if I would have taken that one, mostly because we just had that level of resistance there. Usually I'm looking for buy signals like this. Buy after a breakout. Was there really a breakout here? Not really. The breakout really wasn't too good. Buy side here. Get no breakout. A buy side here after breakout. There was one. Didn't really work out too well. That's probably because something was going on another chart here. No, yeah, a little bit there. Something was on the 15-minute chart that I didn't realize, but still. Sell here after breakdown. I probably wouldn't have even taken that one here, but again, buy? No, because there's nothing happening here. There's no breakout. So you got to have to add your own common sense, but you guys can use this for any moving averages you want. You can even use it for the daily ones, right? And trend line right here, change of character. Now we have a sell signal on the daily that we haven't had in such a long time. The buy signal for this was right over here, or the change of character buy signal as far as the candles were concerned way back over here when Bitcoin was at 17,000. Lots of different ways to use these indicators. You want to learn how to use them first. Are they hard to use? Not really, but do people just try to jump in without learning how to use them properly? Oh, you bet they do. So that's why I have the videos up to kind of teach you guys how to do it. But again, this is the paid one. If you guys just want to learn how to use the free one, which I'd recommend you guys do before paying for it, go over here very fast. Go to YouTube. Smart Money Concepts Luxalgo. And literally, my head is the top one because I think I have the best one. All these people have like shorter ones that have more views, but mine's like the long one that's ranking top because it actually answers all the questions that people usually have for this indicator. Is it going to be as flashy as these ones that have people like just showing people like smart but like that? No, it's not going to be as flashy or as fancy as these ones. But it'll be more informative, therefore help you guys make more money, which is why I think it's ranked #1 right now on YouTube, which is awesome. Okay, let's go back over here. Nice and simple moves. Let's go back to, 150 is fine right now. But yeah, check it out. This one, the Smart Money one is free. Like all you have to do is go over here to indicators. Smart Money, right there. Smart Money Concepts looks all. You can add it to your chart right now if you wanted to. Now, it won't look exactly like mine because mine is specialized, which is why when I teach you guys on the tutorial, basically. But if you guys watch it, watch the entire thing, please. You have to watch the entire thing in order to actually be profitable with the indicator. Don't jump in. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Let's see. And thanks, Kashif. I appreciate it. How low do you think we can go? Right now, I think the lowest we're probably going to go in the next week or so is probably around $20,500, $20,400. It really comes down to what happens as far as the Dow, the NASDAQ, and the S&P, most likely the NASDAQ and the S&P. If we start breaking down, so this is the weekly chart for the NASDAQ. If we start breaking down below the 200 and the 20 weekly moving averages, that's when people start to get really, really scared. But until then, I don't think the NASDAQ really finds an opportunity to drop down below like 11,600 or so. I don't think we have a reason to fall down that low for a while here. So 11,000, let me just draw a line right here so you guys can see it when I change. There we go. A little bit lower. That's fine, yeah. Daily. There we go. Right. You guys can see that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't think we have a reason to really fall down below this line. I think we have an opportunity to bounce off of it and then come back down. But again, when I see stuff like this isn't like I don't think of a big major crash or anything like that. Can we have a day where the NASDAQ is coming down like 2%, 3%? Sure. But to me, a NASDAQ crash is something more like 5%. But again, right now, if we break down all the way down here, that's about 3%. I think that's totally reasonable for us to come back out here and test some of these levels. I think we are going to need some type of bounce, though. That's going to make this very, very interesting. But short term for Bitcoin, something more around that $20,400 level, way down here. After that, if we start breaking down below that, oh boy, there's really not much there to hold us up from going back down to maybe the $19,000 level. I don't think we break down below $19,000 unless we have some really devastating news as far as the economy or something going on with Binance or KuCoin or something like drastic like that happening. Because overall, guys, the economy is not in a good spot, but the market has really just been ignoring all that. And while I call this the irrational rally, it's still a rally and there's still consequences for the rally happening. We saw the moving averages creeping back up. We see that we're about to have a death cross right now between the 20 and the 50 days of moving averages of Bitcoin. That's not going to be a good sign for us at all. And we really started talking about these death crosses again after we started to see the 20 moving average cross down below the 50 on the 4-hour charts. That was really my big flashing sign of, we got to see what's going to happen now. And of course, now, tomorrow, we're going to have the death crosses come down between the 50 and the 20, dropping down below the 200 here, which came close over here, came very, very close. But we haven't seen those moves happen since, I mean, it's been a while, guys. I think it's FTX. Right over here, I guess, last time. Yeah. And this led to smaller, it was like, just, what was this move? About 3% down? That's not terrible. That's not terrible, 3%. But if you think about 3% move at this point, let's see. A 3% move at this point puts us right back down here. 4% move brings us back down here to 21,368, which matches up with our first level of support over here. Maybe if I take it over to daily, puts it over here to our next level of support. Honestly, if the stock market starts to break down, I don't think this level of support is going to hold. That's the only reason I'm not as bullish on buying right here. Although I probably will do a nibble, just like most of you guys might have taken a nibble here as we tested out this first level of support. But I'm playing these moves very cautiously. You guys know me, very, very cautiously. I'm still overall pretty bearish, but as far as my dollar cost averaging, I'm happy that the market's coming back down finally, so I don't have to worry about wasting so much money buying at some of these crazy levels. It's just freaking insane for how the economy really is at the moment. Would I buy Silvergate? Probably not. I mean, if I were to buy Silvergate, I would dollar cost $1,000 into it over a week's time, and then just let it sit. And that'd be a pretty big bet on my part. I think the majority of you guys, I wouldn't even want to trade options. I'm trying to think. The implied volatility of those options would just be insane to be even trying to trade right now. I would say most likely I just safe play is to not buy into it. If you want to take some risk and have an opportunity, dollar cost average $300 to $500 into it over a 2-week period of time, maybe a week's period of time since it's already crashing down so much right now, and see where it goes. Honestly, I would just try to buy it all within a week and just see what you can do with it. But it'd be a longer term hold. And if it doesn't go anywhere, you claim it on taxes. If it goes somewhere, you made some money. But I understand it's going to be a while before, if it goes to zero, just deal with it. Let's go over here very fast. Whale stream. There you go. All right, so here we have the options for it right now. You can definitely see that it was the majority of it was bearish, hardly any calls being bought. But it looks like everybody was looking to load up on puts. So if we go over here to Silvergate, the current price is about $5.72. Ooh, this is the daily chart. This thing's just been going down bit by bit. Okay, let's see. Yesterday it was around $13. So this is a put for 2024. That's a while away. Here's one expiring tomorrow. Okay, $14 strike price. They're going to exercise these. So they're going to have a bunch of shorts on this. That's basically what's happening right now. But let's see how this trade ended up working out for them. So let's click on this very fast. When they buy it, 12. Oh, they bought this right before the market closed, so we're not going to really see much there. Okay, here's one. $20 put, again, way out of the money. They're trying to load up on shorts on here. So they're not buying to trade. They're just loading up on shorts. But this expires 5/19, so May 19th. They bought it at 9:58 in the morning as the price continued to go down. Let's see what the chart says on this. So they bought it for $12.80. At the end of the day, it only went up to $14.80. And this hardly moved up at all because the implied volatility must have been crazy. Can you guys see this? Implied volatility on this is 198%. That is insane. That is insane. That is so crazy. I can check out the dark pool data for you guys too, though, very fast. Was there anything in the dark pool? Entry spot. here? Not much. No, not much as far as dark pool data is concerned. Okay. Let's see right here. Let's back up. This is another one that's really high. I'm looking for something that maybe was less aggressive. $10. Okay, here we go. We're at $5.72. This is a $4 strike price that expires next Friday. They bought it for 75 cents. Let's see, through 2, that was today. They bought this almost before the market closed. So there's probably not too much of a trade looking at here, but let's go over here at charts. Yeah, they bought it at $1.15. It's currently at $1.60. So they barely made any money off of this. But like the implied volatility on this one is 477%. That is absolutely insane. So that means even if it moves up, even if the price or the stock price moves up or down, it's still not going to be making them a lot of money because the implied, like this is such an aggressive trade. Like you can see highly unusual, aggressive, crazy. $4, $5, 3, 2024. Was there any calls bought today? Holy moly. Like I'm just looking for one call here. Let's scroll down really fast. Here's a few calls. Okay. This is 2024. 2025. I mean like 2025. Sorry, I'm supposed to be scrolling too fast for this thing because I'm zoomed in. 2025. 2023. This is April. 750. Okay, here's one. So this is bought today at a 750 strike price. Again, for April 21st. The implied volatility is 210%. This thing is going to have to ricochet up a lot if this person wants to make any money. This is for next Friday, 750. This is aggressive. Again, implied volatility, 330. This is crazy. So there are some trades being made, but like the most of them are just not too good. $35 strike price for 2023. This is all the way in August. I mean, so there are some people taking bets that it is going to be okay. This one right here for next week is probably the most one I could see working out, but they bought at 65 cents. Now it's at 67 cents. What is this at? 68 cents? No, so it's only moved up 3 cents. So yeah, not really huge moves. But this is, yeah, you can have some fun with it, but it's going to be dangerous to hold. It's just going to be a ride, right? So don't put too much money into it. You're not going to like the way it turns out if it goes against you. There we go. All right. Oh, I don't need these signals on for this one. I need this to be long-term. So we don't have all the other crap in there. That should work out. There we go. Okay. Hey, Chris, Silvergate likely to zero, extremely high risk. Definitely some high risk there. And hey, Crypto Moon Channel, thanks for subscribing, man. I really do appreciate it. I'm dollar cost averaging on the way down. Hey, Drill Brandon. Dollar cost averaging is usually the best way I'd play a lot of these things that we're seeing. The only thing is just make sure you guys have some powder left over if we have a really big capitulation moment where Bitcoin goes to some crazy level that we didn't think possible, like 10,000, 12,000, whatever. That's where I'd be looking to buy up the most. But again, I'm not saying that we're coming back down to this level anytime soon. I still think we need to have some drastic thing happen to the economy. So a recession, something bad happens to a Coinbase or a Binance or a KuCoin. Something big has to happen at this point. And if we don't have a recession, then the chances of us making new lows on this crypto market are going to be very, very difficult, okay? That's what I want you guys to understand my beliefs are. There are tons of other people out there that have different beliefs. Trust me, there are so many out there. But I'm much more of a fundamental guy, thinking back to my street smart days. What did I call it? Street economics. Basically how you go on CNBC, you go on Fox Business, you go on Bloomberg, and they're all like the consumer is strong. They're not facing many problems right now. If you think about it, consumers are dealing with a shitload of problems right now. And eventually they're going to run out of all this crazy money to go spend on everything they want to do. Eventually people are going to be like, well, the economy looks more and more worse. Maybe I don't want to go spend as much money. Maybe I'll save a little bit more here because I feel like I may lose my job over the next few months. Maybe I feel like I don't want to be going out every other night to go out and get dinner or something because I'm afraid that I might not have as much money down the road when I really do need it. Because after these really great, before COVID, we had a really good thing going on, right? like you go out and eat as much as you wanted to. Like rent wasn't totally crazy high, but it was still high. Don't get me wrong. But now if somebody loses their job and they're living downtown Seattle, downtown LA, downtown New York, San Francisco, even even like downtown Bozeman, Montana, which I used to live, your rents can be kind of expensive relative to how much you make. So like, you know, I used to live in downtown Seattle. My rent was like $3,000 a month. If I lost my job, that's $3,000 going to rent, and that's out of the savings, out of the severance, whatever, out. And eventually, if I don't find another job, I can't even pay for $3,000 a month, which is a lot of money if you think about it. It still is a lot of money, even in the times of high inflation. But even if you go over here, I promise I won't go on this tangent for too long. Bozeman, Montana, rent, right? No, apartments.com, okay? Bozeman, Montana is not a huge place. It is the middle like of Montana. It's very mountainous. It's nice, but it's like country. It's like straight up country, okay? I lassoed goats out there when I was younger. So if I go out here, it's college town. Think of a college town. Let me see if I can just find a Ferguson Farm. Like I caught apartments at Ferguson Farm. Like what? Okay, but let's just say here. Well, I don't even know. I don't. Yes, this is something random. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. So you can see these types of apartments right here, right? Nothing too crazy. They're like the ones in the background here. I wish I could have a better view of them. They're like over here. They're not even in the they're not even close to downtown. They're about like maybe a 10, 15-minute drive away from downtown. If you want a 1-bedroom apartment, it's going to cost you at least $2,200 for 762 square feet. This is not in some downtown metropolis like downtown Seattle or LA or San Francisco or Austin, Texas. This is in a small town in the middle of freaking nowhere called Bozeman, Montana, which is a lovely town, don't get me wrong, but $2,200 for 762 feet. Even people in middle America, like everybody's been hit by this crazy real estate nonsense thing. I don't even know what you call it, this bubble. And, you know, it's just absurd. If you want a 2-bedroom, it's at $2,400. It's not even 1,000 square feet. It's not even 1,000 square feet, right? And like this is a brand new place, I guarantee. Like this looks nice, but again, you go over here to a place in Tacoma where I used to live before I moved into this house. Bayside Garden Apartments. You can get like they still have a picture of my car there in the front little area, my little Ford. But you get a view of the water. Absolutely gorgeous, and you get like this is the one I lived in right here. Yeah, it's not 180 feet. It's like 1,000 square feet though. That's the thing that always confused me. But the brochure, right? So you get all this, and it like I was paying like $1,500 a month for it. I bet it's like a little bit more now, like but no more than like $2,000. I doubt it's even $2,000. So and you get a waterfront view. And it's still cheaper. Now, is it as nice and new on the inside? No, but oh my God, you're in the middle of a downtown metropolis and you get a view of the water. It's pretty darn freaking chill. So the whole system is really messed up right now. So when that really does start to hit the economy and layoffs and stuff, oh boy, I really don't even know how people are going to like find a place to live, because I don't expect people to necessarily, like those apartment complexes, to lower their prices to get new people in. I just don't expect them to actually do that. Maybe I'm just, I just don't expect them to do that. I don't expect them to do that, at all. And hey, Kevin, we're already in a recession. So at this point, from a technical recession, I think we're out of it right now, but we were in a recession for a while. I think what led to so much confusion, Kevin, is the government kind of changed the definition of a recession, and the media went along with it. If any of you guys went to college or had an economics class in high school, and again, I'm really sick, guys, so I'm sorry if you guys hear my nose just kind of like making funny noises or just like me talking like nasally. But if you guys went to school for economics, or you guys took any economics classes in high school, whatever, you guys know that for the longest period of time, a recession was 2 quarters of negative GDP growth. That's the simple definition that was always out there for everybody to see. Something happened where, like, I don't want to get in politics at all. Like, something happened where they changed the definition to make it seem like it wasn't as bad, and then the media just jumped along with it. Everybody's like, "Oh, it's not really a recession. It's something else. It's not really a recession." And they kind of pointed to the job numbers, right? But I don't think people necessarily thought about recessions as far as what the job numbers were. Like the job numbers, the unemployment number has to reach this to equal a recession. It was GDP growth, GDP shrinking. At this point, we have had 2 quarters of GDP growth, and that would signal an end of a recession. But it almost reminds me again of what we looked at when we were talking about Carter's administration and Reagan's administration, where in that kind of period of those 2 presidents, where we had recession after recession after recession, well, even though the jobs are kind of swinging back and forth, if you think about it, there were technical recessions. But now, because of how everything's changed, we don't really have the same definition. So if I were to explain like this, what's the best way to do this for you guys? Interest rates, economy chart. I think there's another one that's better than this one, but we can watch this for a second. Okay, so I think you guys can kind of see this. You guys can see how there's like a blue shadows behind certain areas. Those are recessions, okay? Those are recessions. So as I zoom in here for you guys to see, let me hide my head very fast. There we go. You guys can see over here at 1950s, 1960s, how we just, like within these years, we just had tons and tons of recessions. Like even over here to the 70s, this is the interest rates going up and down as everything was kind of going crazy at that point. But you can see if we go over here to where we are now, you see how 2023, we don't actually have one of those registered right now because we changed the definition of what a recession is. Now we had one in 2020 because of COVID and everything got locked down and everything went to shit. We had one over here in 2008. We had one over here in .com bubble. We've kind of just ignored the one we just had. And so let me go over here to, let's just do this one. GDP growth charts. Can I look at a chart that's longer term? This isn't the right chart. Okay, this first one was good enough for us. It's okay. So you see right here in quarter 2, we had quarter 1 and quarter 2 in 2022 here. I know it's really small. Bear with me. Let's go right here. There we go. Negative GDP growth, negative GDP growth or GDP contraction, whatever you want to call it. Then we just had our second GDP quarter of growth, right? So we were in a recession. Now we're out of it. But that was a recession right there. Now, we're probably going to have another recession here GDP-wise over the next like few quarters or so. But again, it's going to really confuse a lot of people because people don't actually know what the definition of a recession is anymore. I think if you polled people right now, like poll, are we in a recession? This is from November 3rd of last year. CNN says, here's why 75% of likely voters think we're in a recession, right? Poll from the 7th of September last year. Majority of Americans think the U.S. is in a recession, right? But if you, like, let's actually just read one of these articles. So we were in a recession. But again, the media was kind of like, no, we're not in a recession. See, the technical definition of a recession is 2 consecutive quarters of economic contraction, which the U.S. economy recorded for the first half of the year. But this is America, and we do see things differently than the rest of the world. Like they just gave you the definition. They're like, but because we're America, we somehow see things differently. Like I don't even know. So because let me put my pretty head back on here with my sniffles and all. Because of that, like, to me, the whole system is in some type of whack, because I think if you guys went out to talk to the majority of your friends, regardless of their political affiliations or whatever, they would tell you that the economy really isn't doing so hot right now, right? But if the media and financial institutional media, I guess you'd say, like CNBCs and Fox Businesses and the Bloombergs, keep on saying the economy is like okay, but not bad. Like before, they were saying the economy was much stronger, right? You're not really sure how to interpret that. And I think overall the market was just kind of they wanted to believe that something really good could happen, so they kind of rallied up over the last few days. But if we do go into a recession where people actually lose their jobs on top of the negative GDP growth, I think that's where the disaster scenario really starts to hit, because whereas before, when we have these really crazy things where we have a recession and the Federal Reserve starts to curve the interest rate and starts to lower it down, we can't do that anymore. Remember, guys, like, let's look at recent history to 2000. Recession, the Fed rate dropped, no inflation. 2008, recession, the Fed rate dropped, no recession. Over here a little bit more. 2020, rates dropped because of recession, obviously, because you know what you call. But now we're up here at like 4.5%. Guys, like, if we have a recession, we can't lower it down because we have to. The Fed has determined that the fight against inflation is much more important than people keeping their jobs at this point. Okay, that's the more important battle. So if Jerome Powell has to choose between keeping interest rates high to battle inflation and lowering rates so people can keep their jobs, he's going to keep rates high to battle inflation. That's the big concern here. But people don't believe him. People will believe that he's going to blink this game that everybody's imagining, and he's going to back down. And I think that's, I think that's probably a good scenario. And what they're basing this off of here is, if I move this around a little bit, this is 2018, 2020. So we had a pause up here from 2019 at 240 for a while. You see how we didn't keep on going up? You guys remember what happened here? He told everybody he was going to pause based off of a big move in the stock market that happened over here in 2018 of the stock market. If we go over here and we look at the NASDAQ back in 2018, the market called his bluff and the market decided to go down and down and down. So what happened over here in 2000, this is 2020, 2018, right here, 2018, right here. The market bluffed. So the market called his bluff, excuse me. So everybody was like, maybe it's not the best word to say called the bluff, but they were basically saying they were freaking out because he was raising interest rate hikes, raising rates, and he blinked because the market was crashing. Does that make sense? And what happened? As soon as he called it off in January, right, because he makes announcements forecasting stuff ahead of time, what happened? He said no more rate hikes, and what did the market do? Woo! Just kept on going up. People think that because he's going to stop raising rates, we're going to do something like this. That's the premise right now. Now, I don't like to bring this up so much, mostly because I don't think this is what's going to happen. I don't think he's going to blink. But this was only him stopping rates. This wasn't even him about cutting rates or anything like that. So at this point here, again, I still believe that he's going to keep rates high and he's not going to even think about lowering them. Guys, over here, look at what happened. Down, down, down. And this is before COVID. COVID didn't really start to over here, right? Then we kind of was just down like that. Like, the market told him what to do, and Jerome Powell like sang and danced as the market told him to, okay? He's not going to do it this time. He's just not going to do it, at least in my opinion. But again, there are those who think because of what we saw there that he's going to blink again. There we go, here. Hey, thanks, Ghost. I appreciate it. Using the UT bot super trend linear regression candles. Yeah, let me know how that works for you. I normally like to use it on different time frames to see which one works best, but I always like to backtrack it a lot because when I use those, the UT bot trends and stuff, sorry, I'm sick, as you guys know. I like to always have another chart like this, let's think like another Bitcoin chart, but like this, so I can kind of see what's going on. Otherwise, you get too entrenched of what's happening with the linear regression models and not so much of what's happening with the trend. So I would always make sure that you have both overlaid. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to see some of the larger moves. But for scalping, it's a really fun thing to do. Although I have to say, I prefer to use it with larger moves and not the smaller moves that most of you guys may be looking for. Like, I don't trade it as much with these sideways moves like this. If we've had a big pump, I'll look for the reversal on it. If we've had a big pump like this, I'll wait for the reversal on a short term. This is a 5-minute chart. You know, I like to play these moves a little bit, but if you guys are looking for some fun stuff, you want to find a way to trade it like this, right? Looking for that bottom and boom, you can have some fun with it. Oh, excuse me. All right, let's see. And thanks, Ghost. I hope I feel better too. And hey, PTR, have I used Lux Algo, the full package with all the indicators they have? Yeah, so I've only used the big three that I personally like. The ones that I like them all, but like there are a few that I just like more than others. But I think if you go over to Lux Algo, they have like a whole bunch of stuff. Lux Algo. They have a bunch of tutorials here as well, but let me just skip down here. So the big one here is, oh, it got covered up by the other one. The big package. Okay, let me just show it to you because I have it available to use. Let's go to 3. Let's go here. What do I have? A squeeze MACD, Dogecoin ribbon. Okay, let me get rid of this stuff. Squeeze this down. Squeeze this down. Okay, so here's a Bitcoin chart. Let me just add all their standard flagship premium indicator. It's this right here, Lux Algo signals and overlays. You can see it says sell, strong, whatever, buy. But you can see how the signals aren't necessarily at the best spots. Like, I don't really want to buy there. I mean, you can sell here, sure, but this is an FTX thing. You're not going to really trade that too much. Strong right here, maybe a little bit here, a little bit, maybe. You have to learn how to adjust this. So I just made a video explaining how to do all this, I believe. So look for it on my channel if you get a chance. But basically this, you have to go to settings, and there's a whole bunch of different things here. You get presets and filters if you want to have preset signals. So maybe you want to do for a swing trader preset, okay? If I click on that, you're going to see a lot of stuff changes. That signal over here didn't work out. The signal over here is actually earlier. Let's see. I don't even use this one though. But there's basically a lot of presets here. You got a little bit of a dashboard in the bottom right hand corner. What I typically do for my swings is I turn this actually to none, and I actually customize it the whole way through. But I've taken the time to learn how to do that, which is why I give you guys my signals or the videos I post for you guys. But like for this, confirmations and exits, autopilot signals. Let's do none. I don't need the color candles for here. For you guys possibly, just so you can see what's happening. I'll add a reversal zone, a smart trail, stop loss points. Yeah, just to kind of see. Let's put this up to a 7. Oh, let's make this large so you guys can see it. I don't need the alerts for you guys right now. And maybe it's a daily chart. Like, okay. And you can see, maybe I should better if I do this right here. So, and then you have to put on some technical analysis here. So boom, right there. All right, so let's start off with over here. Not alert. Let's go right here, okay. Okay, so this is 3x speed, so you guys can just see what I'm talking about here. Okay, so this trend line wasn't here before. Would you want to buy into this reversal area? No, I wouldn't want to buy into this reversal area. That's not how I trade, okay? So again, this stops me. Again, right here, strong move. It goes into that reversal area. No, and you can see right here, this is also the, oh my gosh, what is it called? Smart trail. I don't want to buy into the smart trail. So this is the reversal right here. I don't want to buy into that. So this saves me from buying into stuff I otherwise might not like to, okay? So you have to have those little risk things in there as well. Now that we have this trend line here, now I know in the future, like, ooh, I might want to look for an opportunity to buy on a breakout if we get a breakout. You never know with Bitcoin, right? So right here, we have the breakout. We're seeing a little bit of a move. What also we saw here, if you guys add on the smart money concept, was a buy signal right here. So you could have bought the breakout, or you guys might have actually just bought the signal right here, the buy signal right there. I don't know if I can actually change the colors here. You can see how the candles turned green right there, right? All right. So you're going to be using other indicators with this as well. Once you guys forget what your own strategy is, this is just my personal way of playing around with it. Again, we go back over here. So I bought some right there below this, but now that I have a breakout plus the buy signals here, I'm hoping for a breakout here. And if I'm doing this, I will need, let's go this here. All right, you see, I told you guys I have an aggressive strategy, normally for scalping, but this one right here is aggressive on 7. Most of you guys might have it on the 5. So if I show this right here, when you make that trade, you're looking for around $20,000, okay? Now I'm looking at that reversal sign, and this reversal sign's all the way down here at 19,000. 3. We already hit the target price. I'd be out. I already told you guys, I sold a lot of the positions I had bought over here. I sold them out early around that $18,000 to $20,000 level. I just wanted to make some money, and that was an easy way to make money with leverage. And I don't want to wait too long on it, okay? But then we hit that reversal zone, keep on going, keep on going. It even went higher, it even went higher. Then you see we started to get stopped off here. I am more than happy to buy down here and sell around here. For Bitcoin, that was a move of about 20% within less than a week, within about 4 days. Altcoins, a lot more than that. And again, this is with leverage. I walked away with a lot more money. I'm happy. Some people want to play the entire move. I had some longs, some spot longs that I would have been holding on to. Those did well. But when you're doing some professional like leverage trades, you just want to catch on to that momentum and let it ride and be happy that you made money with it. You guys aren't going to be looking for everything else, but it went up higher. And again, what happened? We were also looking at this high level from all the way back over here from 25,000. So if we plan to play this out very fast, what happened? We got rejected. We found a support right here. Again, to the equalizer. Bounced back up a little bit. Got rejected off of that level right there. Opened up some shorts. Had the change of character that we're seeing right now. But if you go back over here to the 4-hour chart, we had a sell signal right over here. It's like, be careful, be careful. Another sell signal right over here. Regardless if you took this sell signal going into this low, which most likely you guys wouldn't have done because, again, you guys see the bottom right there. Or you took it up here. Like, hey, this is like, hey, looking for an opportunity to sell. You get back up here. Probably looking for a sell. Or you took it right here, right before you broke down. Regardless, doesn't matter. There's different opportunities, different aggressive strategies you guys can move. Boom. You guys are looking pretty darn solid. And you can even see right now, you're in that stop loss or target price here if you guys were shorting. But honestly, if you guys were doing this like this. Okay. Your target price would have been hit a long time ago, like way over here at 22,000, which is why when I like to play these larger swing moves, what I do is, again, I don't have it be at this 5. It's at 7, 8, 9, 10. 7 is more like around my level for me. Right, and it's hitting that reversal zone down here, and so maybe around 21,772 or 22,822. I think 21,000 is a little bit more reasonable because you're seeing this discount zone over here. But on the other side here, you're also looking at the 4-hour chart, and there we go there. And I'm looking at, okay, well, that kind of matches with the support level we're seeing there. If I'm opening up a short right here, right as it tells me to, which is like, you know, maybe right there, 23,182, something like that. You know, let's kind of watch it out. You already know what's going to happen since we've all been watching this. But again, it hits that target price right here for a little bit. You really want to see that second one hit. You get that support for your short, so to speak, right around here at the zone. And then eventually it just popped right down here over the last 4 hours. Different ways you could trade this. Typically, these ones are much lower leverage if you're going to be doing the 4 hours. So you might be looking at like a $5,000 trade and a 10x leverage type of thing. But that, you know, if you're shorting right here, even if it goes up and you're like down a little bit, you're basically waiting for it to hit that target price. But if it hits your first target price, you know, it didn't hit the first zone, you guys can scale it at the 2.83%. So let's just round up to 3% times the 10x leverage. You know, like potentially 30% on a $5,000 trade. That would happen within about a day and 8 hours. Not too bad, right? But you guys have to figure out your own strategy. It's all about the strategies that you guys will get. Because, like, let's say I had that short, but what happened here? We broke out. And what usually breaks out? The downtrend ends temporarily, or whatever trend ends temporarily, and we go into more of a sideways trend, or we go into a full breakout where we're looking more bullish, right? You got to understand the whole top to level of what's going on in this trade before you make it. Otherwise, you may just sell here. You may panic as it comes back up, and you may just take a little bit of a profit to no profit, but then, you know, watch a few days later as everything goes to shit, and you're like, oh man, I could have made so much money off of it. You know, you could do it, but you want to make sure you know what you're looking for, if that makes sense. Let's go back over here, though. Back up to the basic screen. There we go. I will be putting up a stream that does all that technical analysis stuff for you on the 15-minute chart, but I'm waiting for the people that I paid for the server to set it up for me. I think they sent me an email a while ago. Let me check to make sure if anything is actually there. Yeah, I just mentioned them a few days ago. They say your order is still in the deployment process. Please wait for the current waiting period of 3 to 12 days. A high volume orders causes this. This was on Tuesday, 2 days ago. So let's hope I don't have to wait too much longer on it. But when it is set up, just like I have the Dogecoin stream, I'll have the Bitcoin stream. But the Bitcoin stream will be just the 15-minute chart. I won't have Dogecoin on one side, Bitcoin on the other. It'll just be a Bitcoin 15-minute chart. It looks like this. It'll look a little bit kind of right now. It looks kind of crazy because of the huge move we saw. But it'll look more like this. We have the strong moves down, the change of characters here, different ways you guys can view it, and different levels of buying and selling if you guys wanted to take them, like the reversal zones, the trend line area, stuff like that. And maybe it'll have the moving averages. I don't think I'll need the moving averages for that specific chart though, because there'll be some other things that kind of work those moving averages into the settings of them. Okay, but yeah, there's a few different ways, and then you can even see this little X right here. This X is an opportunity to take profits after it gave you that sell signal over here, right? So those X's are places for you to take profits. Red X's are taking profits on shorts. Blue X's are taking profits on longs. I don't think we had a long here. It was a buy signal. Yeah, right here. Take a profit right there, right? And it was pretty close. I mean, like it kept on going a little bit higher, but I mean, would you be happy with that move from here to here? I would. So, you know, it's good at like, you know, it helps you kind of see in hindsight, wow, maybe I was a little too greedy if I kind of wanted it to go much higher because it told me an opportunity to do a stop loss, right? Just wait for it to close the candle before you actually do it. Because you can see right here, there was a stop loss or a target price right here. It disappeared. It'll turn on and off until the candle closes. And when the candle closes, if it's there, it's a good opportunity. Like right now on the daily chart, you'll see this change of character pop up. This change of character plus isn't confirmed until this candle closes. Just, you know, just in case you guys are ever wondering. Because every now and again, we have some crazy reversal when Bitcoin does something really stupidly crazy. That's what you want to make sure you're playing it safe. 5 minutes. There we go. Oh, nice move with target today. Dude, you're clawed into my back right now. Loki says hello. Hello. Dude, I gotta trim your nails. Oh my gosh. Let go of my neck. How? He hasn't been able to go outside the last few days. He normally trims his front nails by himself, and I trim his back nails because he digs in the dirt so much. But since he hasn't been able to go out since I've been sick, or not just sick, I tried to take him out today, then it started hailing it crazily, so he ran underneath the shed to stay dry because the hail was pretty freaking, hurt a lot. Let's see right here. And hey, Siddle, GK, if you're thinking to sell, just make sure you guys have a plan for it. It's better not to sell like at these larger moves. Typically what I do is I just sell the major levels of resistance. Like I was telling you guys, I was looking to sell the rest of my spot trades around the $25,000 mark, only because that was the support, that was the resistance level we had seen from months ago. And I didn't think we were going to have a lot of opportunities to break it, as well as seeing those death crosses occur between that 50-week and the 20-week moving averages on the weekly charts. Okay, so I usually like to try to sell as best I can when nobody else wants to sell. Now, sometimes that burns me, sometimes it makes me some money, or sometimes I don't regret it. But ultimately, as long as I made somebody on the move, I'm usually just happy enough to walk away with a profit and just be like, hey, I made money, other people did it, right? Because at the end of the day, you know, there's always somebody on the other end of the trade that's usually not going to be making as much money. And hey, can Disney? Yeah, Disney's interesting right now because I've heard they're trying to put out some more woke stuff, and I don't know how that's going to play out as far as the market's concerned. I think they made a Black Tinkerbell or something. I don't know. I want them to put black people in movies, but like make them like better movies. I don't even have Disney on here. Daily chart. Go to the weekly chart here. Will that work out? Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. So that was confusing me for a second. Sorry. I was like, that is not Disney's chart. Okay. So this is the weekly chart for Disney. We had that breakout a while ago. A lot of this big move has recently just been fueled by a lot of the stuff we've been seeing over the news, partially because they brought the old CEO back, and that's been really good news for Disney. People are hoping that he can kind of fix a lot of the problems that the last CEO kind of created. I think there's still some spat going between Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and the Florida government now against Disney, and I think Florida is really whooping the butt of Disney at this point in time. I haven't had time to check at it. But I think that is going to hurt some of the business and the revenue for Disneyland here in the next few months, okay? Now, next few quarters, excuse me. And as far as the short term, we've been having a downtrend for the past 4 weeks, it looks like, as far as the weekly charts are concerned. Let me see if I can pull back this a little bit here. Why is this missing? That was very confusing. Okay. Yeah, why was that so different? Okay. None of these support levels have really been holding on to. Let's go back over to the daily chart. That's been holding, that tried to hold. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense there. Okay. You might find an opportunity for a little bit more support. Yeah, matching back up here around $97 or so. Again, to me, I'd be much more cautious because as the NASDAQ and the SPY are both trying to hold supports right now, if you're looking to buy right now for maybe a 1 to 2 day play, you'd only want to be looking at 100 to 102 strike price. Probably a 100 strike price and just play, get in and get out. If you wanted to do a day trade, I would probably say a 1 to 105 strike price for next Friday, and then just day trade with it in the morning hours, not the afternoon hours. Excuse me. All right. On the 4-hour chart here, looking a little bit more bearish, still trying to hold on to this level right here of 97. If we start breaking down below this $97 level support, I'd be much more inclined to short this sucker back down to probably just right around here of 93. I wouldn't want to bring it all the way back down here to 91 or so because that'd be a pretty big dip. But if you could find a way to get it back down here, oops, that's not the one I was looking to do. Measurement. Yeah, that'd be about a 4.5% loss right there. That's the move I'd be trying to make if we did have a breakdown. I guess with the breakdown part, that'd be more like 4. Yeah, 3.5, 3, 4. That's what I would try to play. In the short term, though, if you think that we're going to the NASDAQ and the SPY are going to bounce, I'd be looking for much more of a move like this. As far as those signals that we've been talking about more and more, the sell signal really came back over here on February the 10th. It's been a pretty steady downtrend since then. Anything else here? Another sell signal here today, but those change of character is usually a little bit better. Daily chart here. Let's see. This isn't meant for stocks right now, so don't trust that buy signal there. There's just really not too much support after we break down below this. It just gets into more choppy waters. So I would try to play a bounce first of all, maybe back up here to $100, $102. After that, if we, for whatever reason, we end up breaking down over the next few days, probably next week to be frank, I would probably be taking some opportunities for a couple day puts. So you buy and you hold for that day, maybe the next day, maybe the day after that. And all you really want to see is it come back down here to $94, maybe as far as 93. Take a 3 to 4% profit on the stock as maybe like 40 to 50% profit on the options price. Seems like it'd be a pretty good one right here. As far as everything else, though, yeah, the next level of support is only back over here at the December lows for this company. We're not going to see that anytime soon. Yeah, that's going to be a big move all the way down at 90. I'd really just try to split the difference here and really go back over that support level over here around $94 as far as Disney is concerned. Damn, Disney's been hit kind of hard. They must not be performing well in some respect. I think it's just with the Ron DeSantis spit for spat stuff. That's never good for the business to have that much controversy. And it goes, oh my God, yeah, spiders freak me out. I still don't like spiders. I don't really have many spiders here. I paid for like a professional guy to come in and like spray everything. Then I went to Home Depot and got a whole bunch more stuff and sprayed everything else. There was spray all over the place. I just had to make sure the pets were out of the house first. Thanks, Discount. I appreciate it. And thanks, PTR. I appreciate it, my man. Let me know if it works out for you. If you have any questions, I have a few tutorials on the subject, and there's tons of tutorials on YouTube, and they have tons of tutorials on their page as well once you like log into it. So let me know, my man. I appreciate it a lot. Thanks for using my code as well. It's always like, dude, it always helps with the channel. I want to under 75% Polygon again. You're most likely going to get that before this bear market's over. Oh, it's right here. Real estate needs a major correction. I want some rental properties. Rental properties are going to be pretty crazy, though. I mean, like, they're too crazy at this moment in time. Hey, Slick Rick, how much money do you need to trade puts and calls? I mean, not a lot, but you don't want to trade options until you have a pretty good grasp on how assets move. So, like, you don't want to be trading options too much unless you have, like, a pretty consistent history. So, like, I'm building out a course for you guys right now to teach you guys, like, how to trade, like a 50-hour, 60-hour course. Maybe 70 hours if I add some long-term stuff in there as well. But one of the things I tell you guys to do is, when you guys are practicing and you guys are doing your paper trading, which is just trading with fake money, which is better than losing your own money while trying to invest, learning to invest, you guys should make yourself a trading journal. On that trading journal, you should only trade 5 stocks. Like, don't trade like 100 stocks. Don't do it. Just trade 5 stocks like Apple, Google, Microsoft, Tesla. Maybe Tesla's too volatile, but like Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia. Nvidia's too volatile. Shit, there's a lot of volatile stocks these days. Apple, Microsoft, Google, Avgo. What is something that could be a little bit more volatile, but just for a learning experience for you guys? Maybe something more like FTNT, semiconductors. Try those 5. And you want to see how well you trade with them. So every time you make a trade, I want you guys to say, hey, this is my stop loss. This is my target price. And then the notes on the side, why are you buying this? Like, why are you doing this trade? And I want you guys to formulate a whole plan. And then I want you guys to see how it works out. And if it works out well, keep on doing a few more of trades on it. And then after a month, go back and see how well you did. And once you have like 3 months of data on yourself and you can see that, hey, I'm really good at this or I really suck at this, you're going to either start improving your trading style over time. You want to see your accuracy rating go up. Or you guys are going to, if you guys are somehow really good at the beginning, you guys are going to start trading your own income and your own money doing it and seeing how profitable you are, all while still keeping track of all of your trades. That way you guys know if you guys are doing well or not. If you guys don't have a trading journal, it's going to be much harder for you guys to admit to yourself that you're either really good at trading or you're really bad at trading. And you guys really want to know how good of a trader you are before you actually start putting money in the bank. Because, that's like me going into a casino and knowing that, and not knowing that I'm going to lose money and still gambling anyway, right? Gambling's a little bit different because I expect to lose money when I go to the casino. Like I'm going to Las Vegas, like 3 weeks from now or something like that. But I know when I go gamble, I'm going to lose a lot of money, right? But I don't want to lose a lot of money when I'm trading with crypto or investing with crypto, right? So I want to have a history to see if like, hey, I'm good at trading Bitcoin, I'm good at trading Ethereum, but I'm not too good at trading Dogecoin, or I'm not too good at trading SHIB, or I'm not too good at trading Litecoin, whatever, right? But I want to be able to know that so I don't lose money trading those things unless I really have to. And even then, I just don't have to, like, right? Like if I started trading Dogecoin or XRP or Link, I'd still be fine because I could trade Bitcoin. I could still trade Ethereum. Simple things, simple things. And hey, X-Ray, thank you very much for the super chat, my man. I really do appreciate it. Loki just showing love. Oh, Loki shows love a lot. You guys can't, like, he's literally right here. Like his head is just on my shoulder, like on my arm while I'm talking. Like, watch, up. Yeah, you come up here. Yeah, see, he's just right here. He wants to play, but he knows as soon as I stop my head, he can't bite me. He's not allowed to bite me if I stop moving. Like I have a trigger so I can play with him. Like, what? As long as I move my hand, he's allowed to bite me and do all types of stuff. But the moment I stop moving my hand, he disengages. So it's been a good little treat for him. Mostly because he plays with my, my little sister and stuff. So she just has to freeze for a second if she feels like he's like nipping too hard or something like that. And he just stops and he like sits down and he wags his tail like, ooh. But he has tons of fun with it. And hey, Discount, have I been doing any cool AI art lately? Not much. And it can, definitely more bearish on Disney, but wait for that potential pop here, but really just watch this moving average on the SPY NASDAQ. I've been doing a little bit more AI art. The guys, looks like Bitcoin may actually try to take another dip here over the next few minutes. So let's keep an eye on this. Sorry. I have been doing a little bit more, but it's like here. It's mostly been testing out different things I could use for my other channel. You guys, I started another channel if you guys don't know about it. It has like almost 1,000 subscribers now. But basically what it does is it goes over a lot of the indicators and tutorials, but like shorter time frames here. So like instead of going over a half an hour tutorial about how to use some like really complex indicator, I will give you a 5-minute explanation of how to set it up, but not how to use it. Some people just don't want to learn how to use it. They just want to learn how to set it up, and that's perfectly okay. If there's a market for that, I want to give you guys information. But as far as this type of stuff is concerned, like the AI art, authorize. I have a lot of stuff here. Like I started a third channel too. Oh shit, I forgot about that one. I haven't posted anything on there yet. But this one's gonna be more of a general finance channel. This one is not something I'm really working on right now. I was just doing the AI art for it. But yeah, so I've been doing AI art like this. It's been pretty chill. It's been really, really fun lately. There we go. I've been trying to figure out how to do Caesar, bears for like bearish moves and stuff like this. Bulls for bullish moves. It doesn't always put out a bull though. This is supposed to be a bull, not really a bull. So I've been learning how to use them. This is supposed to be like AI stuff for art. Angels. I'm trying to do something businessy. I was practicing how to do people. This is supposed to be like one of those like business YouTube videos, like, oh yeah, a whole bunch of random stuff. But yeah, handsome investor, at computer, dark hair, short haircut, well-groomed beard, well-groomed stubble, serious look, muscular build, beautiful face, and stylish business suit, rich, strict appearance, charismatic, stylish, right? F-116 photo shoot, 50mm shot, right? So practically a whole bunch of stuff, primordial, God stuff, just having some fun. The chill stuff over here with like Baby Yoda, right? But I haven't been doing too much. I've been looking at a lot of the community feed stuff, and a lot of the community feed has been pretty chill. So this is what other people have been making all over the place. Here's like one of this AI. I was looking at this one earlier. Too freaky for me, but it looks kind of cool. I like the stuff that's the top. Like, this is AI art. That's freaking insane. AI art has come a long, 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 long way. The galaxy in a bottle. A face-up, close-up model. Right? A lot of cool stuff. Whatever this is. I went like, look at that. That is freaking crazy. Native American guy. Oh, this looks pretty chill too. Look at that. Almost looks kind of Mongolian. They have like an Asian face. Oh yeah, Asia Old Warrior Chief, tribal panther makeup, red on blue. That's cool. Oh, blue on red. Cyber. I've used this one on one of my videos once. It didn't perform well, so I changed it. But like, you can do a lot of stuff. Stormtrooper as a vintage punk samurai. I'm like, you can have a lot of fun with this AI stuff. You can have a lot of fun with it. But yeah, I haven't been making as much as I want to, but I've been testing out a whole bunch of different styles, so I can start making a lot more for my channel. Let's see. Dude, it's really, really fun. I would use inspiration from the community page, because you can go to any one of these, right click on it, or like open options, and you guys go open or copy, prompt, full command, or job ID. It's really, really nice. So you can copy exactly what they did. There's so much cool stuff you guys can do with it. Like, look at this. Like, there's so much cool stuff you can do with it. It's great. I love it. What's right here? And it was my thoughts on VGX. It's a YOLO play at this point in time. It is so high a risk that just nobody knows what's going to happen to Voyager as far as if the token's going to actually survive. Because every day it looks like now we're seeing more and more aggressive moves on Binance. And if Binance, for whatever reason, is forced to like get out of America, Voyager, as we know it, is probably going to shut down unless they have some really big things going on. Would I take a YOLO into it? Yes, definitely. I would definitely take a YOLO into it. But would it be some like huge life-changing amount of money that I think it could like really change my life forever? No. It'd be a smaller YOLO for sure. Part of me wonders what's going to happen with Binance US over the next few years, because now I think today Congress like shouted out at them. It was like, hey, Binance is a place of filth or something like that. Not a place of like fraud, something like that. Let me see. News. There was something said today. Maybe if I go to Twitter. Actually, CNBC should do the trick here. Oh, top. Yeah, so senators press crypto exchange Binance on potentially illegal business practices after FTX slap. So potentially, right? Potentially illegal, but now they're pressing them. So Binance is probably going to have to open up the books even more for the government. That's good and bad. So good because if there's anything bad there, we should know about it, right? Bad because if there's anything bad in there, Binance will go into free fall really fast and collapse. We don't want to see that happen, right? So we want to believe that Binance is all squeaky clean. We don't want to see them having any issues. Let's hope they don't have any issues, because that would really suck for so many people. But we'll kind of have to keep track of how this breaks down over the next few months, right? As more regulation comes out slowly through the SEC, the government, Congress, right? In X-ray, the super chat was for some Doge T. A message was above the super chat. Let's see. Oh yeah, no worries. X-ray can help you out. Sorry, dude. I can't barely. My eyesight is a little bit messed up from being sick. Tia Doge, yeah. So Doge is. Well, let me verify this before I say it. Oh yeah, so Doge did break down. It had a pretty sizable breakdown today. We had been talking about this for a while as far as trying to hold this 0.0788 level. Now, as far as the next level of support, we have a couple. We have that one right there, which seems to be holding right now about the 0.07393 level. Afterwards, though, we have maybe one right here around 0.069, kind of just around 7 cents if you want to be frank. And all the way down here at about 0.065. As far as Dogecoin's concerned right now, let me get rid of all these indicator stuff here so it kind of ends up being a little bit cleaner. Let's pull it a little bit more. Right. You might have an opportunity to try to buy right now and try to have some type of a little bit of a pump. For me, I'm still a little bit more hesitant about buying into this because I think Dogecoin is going to follow Bitcoin down another leg over the next week or so, probably going back down to $20,400, $20,500 levels. So I do think Dogecoin is eventually going to find its way back down here, right about the 7-cent level. Dogecoin hasn't had any really bad news, I don't think, over the past few days or weeks or that. It's just been the fact that it has pumped up a lot, since with the lows we saw a while ago. It's just, ever since, well, at the height of this crazy move and the 4-hour chart here, but it did rally up like 224% with the Elon Musk acquiring Twitter, all that good stuff. Ever since then, though, it hasn't found a reason to continue really moving on here. Each successive, this is a 4-minute chart, but we can go over to the daily chart. We've really been having this conundrum of having a high, a lower high, a lower high, and then maybe a lower high right here, but I'm just looking at these larger overall moves. And so I think at this point, we're probably just looking to squeeze into something a little bit better, a larger move down the road. Dogecoin to me is most likely though going to be heading back down to around 5 cents, about like half a penny loss basically. But that half a penny is, you know, it's still important. It's about around like 8% more. I wouldn't want to buy this until then. Or if I add the moving averages back on here, you can see we're about to have a death cross right there. Turn this back off though. If you could find this breakout point when it occurs, that'd be my next big opportunity to buy it, unless you guys don't want to actually buy the support level over here. Because there are a few different levels that you guys could be using, right? You got this one over here. This is probably the more longer term reliable one. I think if we're going to have a sizable breakout that goes like to 11, 12, 13, 14 cents without any crazy news being attached to it, it's really going to happen more in the summer here. I just don't know what the summer is going to look like. So the summer Dogecoin could maybe be all the way back down here towards 5.5, 6 cents if we're not lucky. Excuse me. But here, the last few breakouts that we had, they weren't necessarily like monumental because of Dogecoin's technicals. Like, see, had a solid breakout here, grounded up higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. Once we broke down below this, this rally was pretty much over. And so far, we've just been breaking down continually after that. I want to see my next trade for Dogecoin breaking out there. Other than that, I mean, maybe we could toss in one more breakout opportunity right there. I'm really looking, though, more forward to this one. This one, to me, represents much more of a stronger move. But short term, you got that one. You got a few more right there. Have some fun with it. But I think Dogecoin is most likely going to be coming back down here to this next level of support. Probably just around the 7, let's just call it around 7 cent range. And I'd be happy to kind of buy some there for potential rebound, as I hope that Bitcoin would come back down a little bit more as well. But usually when Bitcoin goes down, Dogecoin isn't necessarily like crashing off of a rock. What happened over the last few days is Dogecoin basically just finally broke down below support level like a lot of other coins out there. XRP is trying to break down. It was a while ago. Link broke down. STMX breaking down. Oh, that support level was up here. SHIB on the verge of breaking down now after breaking down here, right? Seeing all those similar moves. Why is none of my technicals matching up? I might have messed up something here. It doesn't matter. Everything is breaking down right now. So a majority of stuff is breaking down right now. So give it some time, but I'd wait for it to come down a little bit more here. If you are looking to buy Dogecoin right now, is still an opportune time if you're thinking that Bitcoin is going to manage to hold this level of support, though. So if you think Bitcoin's going to hold, you want to be buying right now. I don't think the stock market's going to necessarily hold over the next 2 weeks. But in the short term here, if you wanted to take the opportunity, it's still open for yourself. It's still open. Thanks, X-Ray. I appreciate it. Let's see. Yeah, that's terrible about getting hands right. I haven't even tried to get hands as far as Midjourney is concerned. I never even thought about it. Usually I'm just going for the portraits or some type of animal or mystical figure. Let's see. And hey, Kane, man, happy to see you back, my man. Hope you're doing well. Hope your channel's doing well as well. Kane is a big NFT guy. He knows everything about NFTs because I don't know anything about NFTs. Are we going to 19K? Hey, Joe, I'd say most likely we're probably just heading back down to 20,400 for the short time. I'm about to end the stream here, everybody, because I am really sick and I should not be talking. I was supposed to end my stream a while ago. At least I told myself that. Here's kind of to sum up everything going on. Let's kind of end all this. So this is the weekly chart for Bitcoin, okay? We've just started a new month, and one of the scary things that have happened over the past few weeks is we did have a death cross here between the 50 and the 200 weekly moving averages. Now, this has never happened before. Can I do this one here for just to show you guys? Yeah, this one's probably fine. This one's works. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I got my GAN boxes on the other one, so I don't want to mess it up. So we've never, in the history of Bitcoin, had the 50-week moving averages cross down below the 200 or the 20 cross down, okay? Never. COVID never came close. 2018, 2019 came close, but didn't happen. All the way back over here in 2015, came close, but it never happened. This is the first time ever that we've actually seen these really bearish moves come across. And at this point in time, it is showing us some nasty resistance. In the short term here, though, basically what just happened is we just broke down right there, okay? I can make this slide look a little bit prettier, but you guys get the point I'm trying to make. We just had an official breakdown, but we kind of just found support at another level of support, another trend line here, right there. If you guys are more bearish about us breaking down, which I am, because I can really see, if I were to hide this very fast, I could see this 20-day moving average breaking back down below the 50, leading to a larger move coming down. There we go. I'm much more of the viewpoint that Bitcoin is going to break down below this level of support right here, which is around that 21,395 level, and really take us back down here to about 20,400, or excuse me, if you guys want to play it a little bit safer than like looking to buy down here, you guys could use this as an accumulation zone for a reversal that would appear, that would happen sometime over the next like 3 weeks, like not next week, but probably the week after that, for a reversal that takes you back up here to maybe $22,500 to $23,000. That's about it. So you can use this whole zone as an accumulation zone for a reversal if you guys really wanted to. The problem right now is if you go over here to the daily charts as far as the NASDAQ, the SPY, so forth, they're all hovering around their moving averages right now. So the NASDAQ is fighting furiously to stay above its 200 here. It does not want to continue to break down because that's where you start to see some of these moves where we start to drag down for a while. We don't want to have that for the NASDAQ. We just don't want to have it. That kills a lot of momentum. The SPY trying to hold the 200 daily moving average as well here. We don't want to see that occur as well. Afterwards, we start dropping down a little bit by bit, and then people start to freak out a little bit more, especially as later on we start talking about rate hikes and all this other type of stuff that really gets the market being more cautious and uncertain because nobody knows if we're going to have a recession. People think we are, but at this point, who knows? So we're really just trying to hold some crucial support levels. If the NASDAQ and the SPY start to break those crucial support levels, oh boy, are we like screwed because that's going to drag Bitcoin down to a level like below 20,000, okay? But short term, you really have a buy range between 20,400, let's say 21,500. Yeah, like $1,000 price range. If you want to accumulate during those zones, go for it. You're going to see a lot of different altcoins out there like Ethereum, Matic, Ethereum Classic, all having good buy zones. Take them up as you want, but just be cautious because they are going to have some pretty solid moves. Ethereum Classic just broke down right here. Solid breakdown. Your next big level of support, since it's already broke down below the past one, is way down here at $17. So if I want to trickle this down a little bit more right here, it matches up with here a little bit. Maybe that accumulation zone is really between 1941 and 1767, which is about that's a huge move. That's like a 10% zone of accumulation. But you can see we just had that death cross of the daily and poof, I was like, whoop, just like that. For me though, I mean, hasn't really been working out too well here. If I move this up a little bit more with fibs, does that do anything? That would work out better now. Maybe you just want to buy somewhere between. This is actually a really good zone to be buying at. Let's see. No, it'd be like. Maybe you guys might be looking to buy between $18 and $19.11. I'd say probably closer to $18.20, $18.50 though. I'd find that as okay accumulation zone right there for me. But yeah, that's what you guys are going to be looking for. Now, larger moves are probably going on over the next week. We already had that big move on the downward side. I'm probably not going to be looking to open up any more shorts at this point unless we have some really solid move on Bitcoin where we have another breakdown here. Again, breaking down below this trend line right there. Usually the first attempt at breaking down is usually that solid level of support. You guys can see that with a lot of different trades out there. The first time you test out a support level like this right here, you typically don't try to short it. You wait for the next one here, and that's when you start to short it. Say, oh, there's some weakness here. Death crosses inbound, yada, yada, yada. Okay. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. I will see you guys a little bit later. But guys, relax. It's still not looking too pretty. But again, we're just as bearish as I was a few days ago. We just had more of a breakdown here. I'm still thinking we go down a little bit lower. But a lot of this move that we're looking at, guys, is really imperative that the stock market breaks down over the next few days. If it doesn't break down over this weekend, there's still a good chance that Bitcoin finds a way to bounce off of here, okay? So I'll see you guys a little bit later, and I'll try to stream tomorrow if I can, but if I'm too sick, I'm just going to wait until Monday, okay? Thanks, everybody. If there's another crash, I'll hop on, but probably only for